Originally when I bought the house, I had a chain link fence, and about 4 years after I bought the house, I put in a wooden fence, which has been in for about 25 years, and it was falling apart, absolutely falling apart. And so I had an idea in my head to do another wooden fence, but I wanted it a horizontal fence. Luckily, I called Property Revolution, and they explained to me that I couldn't do the horizontal fence because it was a liability to my pool. It acted as a ladder for people to get into my pool. So their advice and their counsel made me rethink my decision of what I actually wanted. Perry came out, we looked, at my property. Obviously, I live in a 150-year-old historical home. I wanted it to blend with the environment. So I had a choice of black, I had a choice of white, and ultimately went with the gray. The guys coached me the whole way, which was awesome, and something that was really important to me. When the installers came in, they were incredible, and they were very, very respectful of my investment. This wasn't the least expensive solution, but absolutely by far the services of taking away my old wooden fence, coming in, setting the fence properly, making sure everything was aligned. My personal value and satisfaction is massive. I think I just Googled fence companies, and they popped up, and I gave them a call, and I really didn't have to look anyplace else. They came not to sell me something, but really to provide me a solution. I've been in sales for 41 years, and at the end of the day, it's really important to provide a solution, right? It's not important to sell me something I didn't need. So I was impressed with that. They communicated well. They were proactive. They explained the process to me. They showed up the date they were going to, the date they needed to be there. And so, I would recommend them. I'd probably give them a 6-star. I love the visibility into my backyard. Before, my fence posts were, I think, 3 inches wide, and I really never noticed how beautiful and how big my backyard was from the inside of my home. And everybody that walks by is so impressed that it makes my whole environment just massive, right? You can see through. The pool will open here in a couple weeks, and I'll be able to enjoy the view from my home, from the street, and it's durable. The gates work. I haven't had gates that worked in probably 15 years, and the gates work. It was excellent. I'm not saying that to blow smoke or anything. It was absolutely excellent. Perry was excellent to work with. Christian and Parker, outstanding young men. They were my install team. Very respectful. The product, I love the product. So, all in all, great experience. I actually drove to see the product and got a chance to talk to them about the product and how to place it, how to make sure that my weed whacker wouldn't hit the bottom of the fence. And the time they spent with me, they were courteous, professional, knew what they were talking about, which is really vital to a customer, right? One of the things that Christian did when he was here is talk to me about the safety regulations of the pool lock. My former fence had a lock that was very, very low, and so when Christian did the install of my lock, he made sure it was high enough and safe enough to meet my insurance requirements, to make sure nobody else can get in the pool. So I was really, really happy. Christian and Parker, they worked in the pouring rain. It was cold out, muddy. Didn't leave a mess. They were here for 3 different days. My yard was cleaned up at the end of every shift. Incredibly courteous to me. So I really, really did appreciate those 2 young men. I actually have been in sales for 41 years. Came out of corporate America in 2020 and started my own company. I'm actually working now as a fractional sales rep with my sister's company, Space Inc., up in Midland, Michigan. I sell flooring, office furniture, a number of items. And at the end of the day, I listen to the clients, which Property Revolution listened to me, and find a solution that works best for everybody. I think it's important to really look at the end result and guide, which is what Property Revolution did. They really guided me towards the decision I made for this incredible fence.